This tutorial will be about how to make thick satin scrunchies. These scrunchies are a perfect hair accessory that is gentle on your hair. We're going to start with the supplies: a fat quarter of satin fabric, a rotary cutter, a cutting net, a cutting ruler, scissors, a seam ripper just in case, 2 safety pins, thread that matches the satin fabric, pins, and of course a sewing machine, needle, and thread. I'll leave the supplies in the description box below. First step is to go ahead and iron the satin to get all the wrinkles out. Keep in mind this fabric is very slippery. Pinning will be your best friend when making satin scrunchies. Go ahead and fold the fabric in half, and we're going to cut it 18 inches long by 16 inches wide. Fold the wrong sides together and pin around the entire perimeter. Next, sew down the long side. Approximately a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Then sew the 2 shorter sides on the very edge. The purpose of this is to make it more like a single layered fabric and easier to fold when sewing because the fabric is very slippery. This is optional, but it will make your life a lot easier. After sewing all 3 sides, remove the pins. Make sure to backstitch in the beginning and end every time you sew. Flipping over to see where we once sewed, we're using this as a guide, and we're going to sew just beneath that line so when we flip it inside out, we don't see that seam. Pin in place, and we're going to leave about 2 inches unsewn in the beginning and the end. Remove the pins and turn it right side out. Take the 2 unsewn ends, pin together and sew. After that is done, take the pins out and pull the fabric so the seams are facing inward. Cut the elastic to be 7.5 inches. Take the safety pins and pin one end, then pin the other end into the fabric. Feed it through the entire scrunchie. Pull it out at the end and tie a secure knot. Now we're going to sew the opening closed. You can sew the opening closed with your machine. I don't want the stitching to show, so that's why I'm using a blind stitch. And there you have it. The end product will be a thick satin scrunchie. Thanks for watching.